Now the final entry for Kong Mania, it's going to be Kong Skull Island. And this is the reboot of Kong, and it's not from Universal, but it's from Warner Brothers. So basically, this is a reboot of the King Kong franchise. Though technically he's never referred to as King Kong, maybe because the character Kong is public domain and King Kong is a part of Universal. I guess that's the case. Someone said Universal did allow this. Some say they're trying to go from to bypass copyright, but it's named Kong because it's public domain, and Skull Island, maybe, maybe not. But anyway, this is a reboot of Kong, and it finally does not remake the original story. Like, finally, after most King Kong movies, even the Japan ones, basically have the skeleton of the original where a team goes to an island to shoot a movie or do something. Kong meets these people. Kong falls in love with a white blonde girl, and they capture Kong, put him to the city. Kong escapes. Kong does a bit of a destruction. Kong climbs a tall building, and Kong gets shot. That's been done to death. And I'm glad they're using Kong in a different way. And Kong here is more of a heroic portrayal. Like, he still does a bit of villainous things, but it's more in self-defense. The movie has an all-star cast: Samuel L. Jackson, Tom Hiddleston, Brie Larson, John Goodman, John C. Reilly, and many more. The movie has a brilliant cast, and the characters are meh. They're not memorable. I like maybe John C. Reilly is memorable, but that's about it. They're fine. Like, I know the big issue with Kong was the characters are bland, but I would honestly rather have these characters than the characters in King of the Monsters, because some of the characters in King of the Monsters were not tolerable at all, and at least these characters are likable enough for you to kind of root for them. Unlike King of the Monsters, were like, God, Godzilla, please burn these suckers to hell. Um, yeah, I enjoyed it. In fact, kind of looking back, I think the match with the Skullcrawler is kind of one of their weaker elements. Like, it's a great fight, but I really enjoyed like how it was like a post-Vietnam War type scenario where like the soldiers are there and stuff. Like, this probably has the most monster action of the Monsterverse movies, because they go from set piece to set piece, really. Like, the opening, once they get to Skull Island, it's almost action, action, action. So basically, after like Kong, as soon as they arrive, they bomb the area, and then Kong destroys a bunch of helicopters. Then I think there's like a spider sequence. Then basically another skull crawler in like a small one. Then there's like flying bats. Basically, there's a lot of monster action here. There are a lot of creature design as well. Like, the skull crawlers look good. The longhorns, the legs, I liked her. There's like this tree stump, like that creature. Basically, a lot of good creature designs, and Kong is bigger than ever, and he's still like a teenager basically. So he's still gonna grow for the conflict against Gojira, which is exciting, and that's why I've been doing this marathon. It's so that I could prepare for Godzilla vs. Kong. So I do highly recommend it, Kong Skull Island. It's a fantastic, fantastic Kong movie. It finally breaks the barrier of Kong in its original story, which sadly he never really broke until now, because Godzilla, yes, the original story is iconic, but Toho had the balls to do not always repeat the same story. They made Godzilla a franchise, and it worked for the most part. With Kong, he was just kind of stuck there for a while now, which is unfortunate, but I guess that movie is so iconic that it's really hard to replicate it. So that's my review for all the Kong movies. next time I'm doing bonus videos for Godzilla Madness. And I think I'm first going to be reviewing all the alternate versions except for the King Kong vs. Godzilla US release because they already handled it in Kong Mania. I'll think about maybe I'll do it, but maybe not. But it's not necessary. So basically, it will be King of the Monsters 1956, the US re-edit with Raymond Burr. Then it's gonna be Gigantus the Fire Monster, which is the re-edit of Godzilla Raids Again. If I ever do King Kong vs. Godzilla, I'll be doing the American version. Godzilla 1985, which is the re-edit of the US release with Raymond Burr also. And I think Cozilla, the Italian colorized re-edit of the Raymond Burr movie. But yeah, 1985 is not a re-edit of the Raymond Burr movie. Raymond Burr just happens to return. So basically, I'm going to be doing those and maybe a few special ones like Evangelion versus Godzilla, which is a theme park attraction, and there's a film for that. And also, what's that one? Oh yeah, Godzilla versus Charles Barkley, because that's a thing. It's gonna be fun now. There's no more restrictions. I'm happy to get these videos done, and yeah. See you next time where we return to Godzilla Madness yet again. And this time I have no specified end date. And I've watched the Gamera movies, so Gamera Marathon? Maybe. I'll think about it. Though I'm not gonna be very positive about most of the Gamera movies, because a lot of them are pretty crap.